Your life is a radio, and the reality you experience is a direct match to the frequency you are broadcasting. The joy, the struggles, the wealth, and the lack are not random occurrences. They are the song that plays when your personal energy is tuned to a specific channel. For too long, many of us have been broadcasting a frequency of fear and limitation by default, wondering why the music of our lives feels so out of tune. The most powerful truth is this: you are not the radio, you are the one who controls the dial. This book is your guide to becoming a master of your own energetic frequency. It will teach you how to clear the static of old beliefs and consciously tune your life to the frequency of yes, the powerful vibration of abundance, love, and limitless possibility. The frequency of yes, tuning your life to the law of attraction, written and published by Success Attraction Formula. Chapter 1. Discovering your current energetic frequency. Imagine for a moment that you are a powerful radio tower, standing tall and proud at the very center of your own universe. From the top of this tower, you are constantly and unavoidably broadcasting a signal, an invisible wave of pure energy that radiates outward in all directions, shaping the landscape of the world you perceive and experience. This signal is your energetic frequency, a complex and living vibration composed of your dominant thoughts, your deepest held beliefs, and most importantly, the feelings that reside in your body. It is being broadcast every second of every day, whether you are aware of it or not. Now take a quiet moment and ask yourself with gentle, radical honesty, what signal am I currently sending out into the cosmos? Is it a clear, strong, and harmonious frequency of joy, peace, and positive expectation? Or is it a weak, faint signal, filled with the crackling, disruptive static of anxiety, persistent worry, and deep-seated doubt? The first and most crucial step in transforming your life is not to immediately try to change your broadcast or judge its quality. It is to simply and consciously become aware of what you are currently and habitually broadcasting. This personal signal is what many spiritual traditions refer to as your vibration. While the term may sound mystical or abstract, it is a deeply practical and tangible concept. Think of it as your default emotional state, your energetic home base, or your energetic set point. Just as a thermostat in a room has a set point that it continually works to maintain, each of us has an energetic set point that is determined by our most habitual feelings and thoughts. Every emotion you can possibly experience has a corresponding frequency. Emotions like fear, shame, grief, and anger vibrate at a very low, dense, and slow frequency. Conversely, emotions like gratitude, love, peace, and joy vibrate at a very high, light, and fast frequency. The foundational principle of the law of attraction is that the universe acts as an impeccable energetic mirror, faithfully reflecting your dominant frequency back to you in the form of people, circumstances, and events. If your energetic set point is worry, you are broadcasting a frequency of worry, and the universe will obediently and impersonally send you more circumstances to worry about. If your dominant state is gratitude, you are broadcasting a frequency of gratitude, and the universe will deliver an endless stream of experiences for which you can be grateful. The primary challenge for most people is that they are completely unconscious of the frequency they are broadcasting. Their energetic state is a product of deeply ingrained habits, past conditioning, and automatic reactions to external events, rather than a conscious and deliberate choice. They are, in essence, broadcasting by default, often transmitting a signal that was programmed into them in childhood. Your sacred mission in this first phase of our journey is to move from being an unconscious broadcaster to a conscious, empowered observer. This is not about judging your frequency as good or bad, for all emotions are valid messengers. It is simply about acknowledging what is. This is a practice of radical self-awareness. You must become an emotional scientist, studying the energetic weather patterns of your own inner world with a sense of neutral, detached curiosity like a meteorologist studying the sky. How do you discover this current default frequency? You can begin by practicing energetic check-ins throughout your day. Set a quiet, gentle alarm for 3 or 4 times during the day. When the alarm sounds, pause for just 30 seconds, no matter what you are doing. Close your eyes if you can, take one deep conscious breath, and ask yourself, What is the primary feeling tone in my body right now? Don't try to analyze it, justify it, or fix it. Just name it. Is it tension in your shoulders? Is it a sense of calm openness in your chest? Is it a flutter of frustration in your stomach? Is it a feeling of excitement? Is it a subtle, low-grade hum of anxiety that you've become so accustomed to you barely notice it anymore? By simply noticing your emotional state without getting entangled in the story behind it, you begin to identify your habitual frequencies. You might make the profound discovery that your default state is a quiet hum of worry, even when there is nothing specific in your external world to worry about. This is invaluable information. You cannot change a radio channel you don't even know you are tuned into. Your physical body is a perfect barometer of your energetic frequency. It is the physical printout of your emotional state. Chronic tightness in your jaw and shoulders is the physical residue of a stress and struggle frequency. A perpetually upset stomach can be the physical manifestation of a fear and anxiety frequency. Conversely, a relaxed posture, an open chest, and easy, deep breathing are the physical signatures of a peace and trust frequency. Pay attention to the chronic signals of your body. It is constantly communicating your dominant energetic state to you. When you feel that old, familiar tension creeping into your shoulders, you can recognize it not just as physical discomfort, but as an indicator that you have drifted into a lower frequency broadcast. Consider a man named Mark, whose energetic set point is frustration. He wakes up feeling annoyed at the sound of his alarm. He gets frustrated by the traffic on his commute, feeling like the world is conspiring against him. He feels irritated by his coworkers, focusing on their flaws. He comes home and is frustrated that the house is messy. He is broadcasting a strong, consistent signal of frustration. As a result, his reality constantly provides him with more things to be frustrated about. His car breaks down in traffic, he gets into a pointless argument with a client, losing the sale, and a small spill on the carpet becomes a major source of conflict at home. His external world is a perfect match for his internal broadcast. The more aware he becomes of this pattern, the more he can see the direct link between his inner state and his outer experience. As you practice this self-observation, be exceptionally gentle and compassionate with yourself. You are uncovering a lifetime of energetic habits and conditioned responses. The goal is not to force yourself to feel happy when you are sad, or to pretend you are not worried when you are. The goal is simply awareness. The moment you become the conscious observer of your own energy, you are no longer completely identified with it. You create a tiny but powerful space between you, the silent observer, and the frequency, the emotion. It is in this sacred space that your true power is born, the power to choose a new thought, a new feeling, and ultimately, a new frequency. Now that you are becoming aware of your current broadcast and the emotional tone it carries, you are likely also noticing the source of any and all interference, a persistent and often distracting hum of static that seems to scramble your signal. What is this static made of? Where does it come from? And how is it preventing you from tuning into a clearer channel? In our next chapter, we will learn how to identify the specific limiting beliefs that are creating this disruptive interference. Remember to subscribe to Success Attraction Formula, give this video a like, and comment with your personal opinions or suggestions for channel development. Chapter 2. Identifying the static of limiting beliefs. Imagine you have fallen in love with the beautiful music of a particular radio station. You know it broadcasts on a specific frequency, and sometimes when the atmospheric conditions are just right, you can hear faint, tantalizing snippets of the melody, reminding you of what's possible. Most of the time, however, all you can receive is a loud, frustrating, and persistent crackle of static. You try turning the volume up and down, you move the antenna around, but the interference stubbornly persists. You might be tempted to blame the radio itself, thinking it's broken, or even worse, blame the station, believing that the beautiful music is not truly meant for you. But then, an experienced technician comes to visit. They don't even look at your radio. Instead, they trace the power cord back to the wall, pry open the outlet, and show you the problem. The entire house is wired with faulty, outdated, and corroded electrical wiring. This old wiring is the true and hidden source of the static constantly interfering with the electrical signal long before it ever reaches your radio. This faulty wiring is a perfect metaphor for our limiting beliefs. They are the old, outdated, and often deeply unconscious mental structures that create the persistent static in our energetic broadcast, preventing us from clearly and consistently receiving the abundant reality we desire. After discovering your current energetic frequency in the previous chapter, the next logical and illuminating step is to identify the source of that frequency. Why is your default energetic set point one of worry, or frustration, or a sense of lack? The answer almost always lies in the pervasive static generated by your limiting beliefs. A limiting belief is a deeply ingrained, subconscious rule, assumption, or story you hold about yourself, about others, or about how the world works, that restricts you and keeps you small. These beliefs are the foundational software that was programmed into you, mostly during your first 7 years of life, a time when your brain was in a highly receptive theta brainwave state, absorbing information without the filter of critical analysis. They were downloaded from your parents, your teachers, your culture, and your early life experiences. The primary challenge is that for most of us, these beliefs are completely invisible. They are not just ideas we have, they are the very lens through which we see and interpret the entirety of our world. Identifying them is like a fish trying to identify water. It's the very medium of its existence. The process of identifying this static requires you to become an energetic archaeologist, gently and compassionately digging into your own history and your present-day experiences to uncover the artifacts of your old programming. We can group this static-producing wiring into 3 main categories. First, there are your beliefs about the world and how it works. These are the big, overarching rules you live by. Did you grow up hearing things like, life is a struggle, you have to work hard for every penny, or the world is a dangerous and competitive place? These beliefs create a constant, low-level static of tension and fear in your broadcast. Second, there are your beliefs about other people, especially in relation to success and money. Were you taught that rich people are greedy and dishonest, or that you can't trust anyone in business? This creates a static of suspicion and can cause you to push away helpful people and opportunities. Finally, and most powerfully, there are your beliefs about yourself. These are the I am statements that define your identity, such as, I'm not smart enough, I'm not worthy of success, I'm just not good with money, or I'm not the kind of person who gets lucky. This is the most potent static of all, as it directly limits your own sense of potential. Your self-talk is one of the clearest indicators of the static in your signal. Pay close attention to the recurring, automatic thoughts that run through your mind, especially when you think about your goals and dreams. Do you hear a familiar inner critic that says, that will never work, you don't deserve it, or who are you to dream so big? These are the audible crackles of your static. For the next few days, keep a static journal and write down any of these automatic negative thoughts as they appear. Don't argue with them or judge them. Simply get them out of your head and onto paper so you can see them for what they are, not objective, universal truths, but repetitive, conditioned, and outdated patterns of thought. Seeing them on paper helps you objectify them and separate yourself from them. It's also profoundly helpful to understand that we often hold on to our limiting beliefs because they have a hidden payoff or benefit. The subconscious mind's primary goal is to keep you safe, and safe often means familiar. A belief like, I'm not good at business, might have the hidden payoff of, if I believe this, I won't have to risk my money and face the potential pain of failure. The belief, wanting a lot of money is greedy, might have the payoff of, if I believe this, I can always see myself as a good and virtuous person. Ask yourself honestly, what do I get out of holding on to this belief? How does it serve me or keep me safe? Acknowledging the hidden payoff can be a revolutionary step in being able to release the belief, because you can then consciously choose to find a new, more empowering way to feel safe or virtuous. By examining your family's history with money, your own past failures, and your daily self-talk, you are doing the courageous work of an archaeologist. you are bringing the hidden foundations of your reality into the light. You are not just seeing the static, you are tracing it back to its source, the old, faulty wiring that has been dictating the quality of your life's broadcast for far too long. This awareness is the beginning of true freedom. You have bravely begun the process of identifying the sources of static, the old, faulty wiring of limiting beliefs that has been interfering with your broadcast for years. You are seeing how these invisible assumptions have been shaping your reality and creating a persistent hum of negativity in your signal. But identifying them is only the first crucial step. How do you go from simply knowing the static is there to actively and permanently clearing it from your signal, creating a crystal clear, high-fidelity channel for your desires? In our next chapter, we will explore the powerful process of rewiring your mind. Remember to subscribe to Success Attraction Formula, give this video a like, and comment with your personal opinions or suggestions for channel development. Chapter 3. Clearing the static from your signal. You cannot build a new and magnificent reality on an old and crumbling foundation of doubt. You cannot broadcast a clear, beautiful, and harmonious song of abundance over a signal that is filled with the loud, crackling, and disruptive static of your old limiting beliefs. Having bravely identified the specific sources of interference in your energetic broadcast, the next and most liberating step in your journey is to actively and consciously clear that static from your signal. This is the sacred process of energetic and mental alchemy. It is the deliberate act of taking the dense, heavy, and restrictive energy of your old beliefs and transforming it into the light, clear, and expansive energy of pure possibility. Many people feel that once a belief is identified, they are stuck with it forever. They see it as a permanent and unchangeable part of their personality. The empowering truth is that a belief is nothing more than a thought you have thought over and over again. It is a well-worn mental habit, a familiar neural pathway in your brain. And like any habit, it can be changed, and like any pathway, a new one can be forged with awareness, intention, and consistent practice. The first step in clearing a limiting belief is to dismantle its authority. We often treat our core beliefs as if they are absolute, undeniable laws of the universe, as true as the law of gravity. The practice of clearing static requires you to put your beliefs on the witness stand and cross-examine them. Once you have identified a limiting belief from your static journal, such as, "I have to work incredibly hard and struggle to make a good living," you must become a gentle but firm interrogator. Ask the belief a series of penetrating questions. The first and most important is this belief absolutely 100% true, with no exceptions, for all people, for all time? Can you think of anyone in the world, either that you know personally or have read about, who makes a wonderful living with a sense of joy, ease, and passion? If even one such person exists, then your belief is not a universal law, it is merely a limited and optional perspective. The second question is, how does holding on to this belief make me feel in my body? The answer will likely be stressed, tired, heavy, resentful, or limited. This helps you connect the abstract belief to its negative emotional and physical consequences. The final, most powerful question is, who would I be, and what would my life be like if I was completely unable to think this thought? This question cracks open a doorway in your mind to a new possibility, a new reality where you are free from that specific limitation, allowing you to get a taste of the freedom you are seeking. Once you have loosened the deep-seated grip of the belief through this powerful questioning, the next step is to consciously unplug from it. This is a formal act of revoking your consent to let this belief run your life's operating system. This can be done through a simple but profound ritual. Write the limiting belief on a small piece of paper. Hold it in your hands and say aloud, "I acknowledge this old belief about struggle and money. I see where it came from, and I understand that on some level it was trying to protect me. However, it is outdated, and it no longer serves me or my highest vision. I now officially withdraw my energy and my belief from this pattern. I release it with love and gratitude for any lessons it has taught me." Then, safely burn the piece of paper or tear it into tiny pieces and dispose of it. This physical act creates a powerful ceremony of release, sending a clear message to your subconscious mind and to the universe that you are letting go. Now that you have created an empty space where the old belief used to be, you must consciously and deliberately install a new, empowering belief in its place. Nature abhors a vacuum. If you don't choose a new belief, the old one may creep back in out of habit. This is the vital process of rewiring your mind. You must choose a new belief that is the direct, positive, and expansive opposite of the old one. If the old belief was, "I am not worthy of success," the new empowering belief is, "I am inherently worthy of all the good the universe has to offer." This new belief is your new software program. You must then become a detective, actively looking for evidence in your daily life to support this new belief. Your mind is a confirmation-seeking machine. It will always look for proof of what it already believes to be true. By consciously looking for evidence of your new empowering belief, a compliment you received, a small success you had, a moment you felt proud of yourself, you begin to retrain your focus and strengthen the new neural pathway in your brain. You are, in essence, creating a new path through the forest of your mind. At first, it's just a tiny footpath. But every time you think the new thought and find evidence for it, you walk the path again, making it wider, clearer, and easier to travel, until it eventually becomes your new, well-worn highway. To accelerate this rewiring process, you can employ a technique called a pattern interrupt. Our old, limiting beliefs often run in automatic loops in our minds. A pattern interrupt is a way to consciously break that hypnotic cycle. When you catch yourself thinking an old, static-producing thought, you can physically and mentally interrupt it. You could snap your fingers and say the word "cancel" out loud. You could clap your hands. You could even get up and physically move your body for a moment. This jolt breaks the old thought pattern and creates a space for you to consciously insert your new chosen belief. It's a way of catching the faulty wiring in the act and immediately redirecting the electrical current down a new, healthier circuit. This practice, combined with the consistent repetition of your new affirmations, is a powerful 1-2 punch for clearing static. This process of clearing the static is one of the most loving, liberating, and empowering things you can ever do for yourself. You are tenderly removing the old, faulty wiring of your past conditioning and installing a clean, new, high-capacity system that is capable of broadcasting your most beautiful, harmonious, and abundant reality. It requires patience, gentleness, and consistency, but the result is a crystal-clear signal, finally free from the disruptive interference that has held you back for so long. With your signal now becoming clearer, quieter, and more powerful, you have created a beautiful, open channel. The disruptive static of old limitations is fading away, being replaced by a peaceful hum of possibility. Now comes the truly joyful part of the process. What new song do you want to play on this clear channel? How do you consciously and deliberately choose the exact frequency of the abundant and joyful reality you truly wish to experience? In our next chapter, we will learn this delightful art of tuning in. Remember to subscribe to Success Attraction Formula, give this video a like, and comment with your personal opinions or suggestions for channel development. Chapter 4. Choosing the frequency of your desire. The universe does not respond to vague, half-hearted, or ambivalent wishes. It is a masterful orchestrator that responds with impeccable precision to clear, specific, and powerful frequencies. To experience the life you truly desire, you must first know, with every fiber of your being, what that life feels like. Having cleared the disruptive static of your limiting beliefs in the previous chapter, you now have a clean, open, and high-fidelity channel. The crucial and exhilarating next step is to consciously and deliberately choose the new station you want to tune into for the rest of your life. This is not about making a simple wish list of material possessions you think will make you happy. It is a much deeper, more resonant, and infinitely more potent process. It is about identifying the specific, feeling frequency of your desired reality and learning how to generate that feeling within yourself on purpose right now. This deliberate act of choosing your frequency is what transforms you from a passive listener of life's random broadcasts into the masterful, conscious conductor of your own energetic symphony. The primary reason many people's sincere attempts at manifestation fail is the profound lack of vibrational clarity. They send a fuzzy, undefined, and often contradictory signal out to the universe. A desire like, "I want to be happy," or "I want more money," is like trying to tune a cosmic radio to a station called nice music. It is far too general. The universe, in its infinite and impersonal desire to serve you by matching your frequency, doesn't have a specific vibrational coordinate to lock onto. To get what you truly want, you must first provide a crystal clear target. You must move from vague, intellectual concepts to specific, tangible, and most importantly, deeply emotional details. The true power of creation lies not in the things you want to have, but in the feelings you believe those things will give you. Therefore, the core life-changing question is not, "What do I want?" but rather, "How do I truly deeply want to feel?" This is the ultimate secret to choosing and locking in your frequency. The feeling is the frequency. Let's use the powerful technique of asking why multiple times to get to the core of this. Let's say your initial desire is, "I want a new high-paying job." Ask yourself, why do I want that? The answer might be, so I can have more money and be respected. Ask again, why do I want more money and respect? The answer might be, so I can stop worrying about bills and feel secure. Ask again, why do I want to feel secure? So I can finally relax, be creative, and feel a sense of peace. And one more time, why do I want to feel relaxed, creative, and peaceful? Because that feeling is freedom. There it is. The core desired frequency is not high-paying job. It is the powerful high-vibration frequency of freedom and peace. This is a revolutionary breakthrough. Now, you are no longer just trying to manifest a job. You are tuning yourself to the frequency of freedom and peace. The universe can now deliver this feeling to you in a multitude of ways, including the perfect job, but also perhaps through a brilliant business idea, an unexpected inheritance, or a simplification of your life that creates the same feeling. By focusing on the core feeling, you open yourself up to infinite possibilities for its delivery. To identify this frequency in rich detail, you must engage in a process of deep, joyful imagination. This is a creative and sensory act. Find a quiet time when you can relax without interruption. Close your eyes and step into a mental movie theater where the film of your ideal life is about to begin. Imagine your most cherished desire has already manifested. It is your current, normal reality. Do not just watch the movie. Step into the screen and become the main character. If your desire is a beautiful new home, imagine yourself walking through the front door. What do you see? Notice the specific color of the walls, the light streaming through the windows. What do you feel? Feel the smooth, cool surface of the kitchen countertop under your hands, the soft texture of the sofa. What do you smell? Perhaps the scent of fresh coffee brewing or flowers from your own garden. What do you hear? The sound of peaceful silence or the joyous laughter of your loved ones. Now, as you immerse yourself in this rich, multisensory, imagined reality, turn your attention inward. Pay very close attention to the emotions and physical sensations that arise within you. How does it feel in your body to be living this dream? Do you feel a sense of glorious expansion in your chest? A feeling of profound and deep peace settling in your gut? A joyful smile effortlessly forming on your face? This complex and beautiful feeling state, this unique cocktail of joy, peace, security, freedom, and gratitude, is the precise frequency of your desire. This is your personal yes channel. Your task now is to become so intimately familiar with this feeling that you can call it up and embody it at will, even when you are not in a formal visualization process. Write down the key feeling words that describe this state. This is your energetic signature, your vibrational target. Once you have identified your chosen frequency, you have a new and powerful focal point for your energy and attention. Your job is no longer to struggle, strive, and chase after the thing in the external world. Your new job, your only job, is to practice tuning your own personal vibration to the feeling frequency of your desire as often and as purely as possible throughout your day. You can do this by revisiting your visualization, by creating a vision board with images that evoke that feeling, by listening to music that makes you feel that way, by spending time in nature, or by simply taking a moment to consciously remember and reactivate that feeling in your body. You are learning to generate the feeling first, thereby becoming a powerful and irresistible magnet for the people, circumstances, and events that are a perfect match for that feeling. You have now identified the precise frequency of your desire. You know what your yes channel feels like, smells like, and sounds like in the grand theater of your mind. You have the specific coordinates for the reality you wish to create. But knowing the station's number is one thing. Learning how to precisely and consistently tune your own radio dial to match it perfectly is another. What is the powerful daily practice that allows you to calibrate your personal vibration, moment by moment, to become a perfect and unwavering match for your desire? In our next chapter, we will explore this essential art of energetic alignment. Remember to subscribe to Success Attraction Formula. Give this video a like and comment with your personal opinions or suggestions for channel development. Chapter 5. Calibrating your vibration to yes. Imagine a world-class concert violinist stepping onto the brightly lit stage of a grand concert hall. The audience is hushed in anticipation. Before she plays a single sublime note of the magnificent symphony, she performs a quiet, sacred, and crucial ritual. She lifts her precious instrument, plucks each of the 4 strings, listens with an intently focused ear that can detect the most subtle dissonance, and then carefully, lovingly adjusts the tuning pegs until every string is in perfect, resonant harmony with the others. She knows, with the certainty of a master, that if even one string is slightly out of tune, the most beautiful and complex composition in the world will sound discordant, unpleasant, and chaotic. The entire potential for musical magic depends entirely on this initial, precise act of calibration. Your personal energy system, your very being, is much like this priceless violin. You have now identified the beautiful song you wish to play in the world, the specific feeling frequency of your desire, your personal yes channel. But to play this song harmoniously in the grand concert hall of life, you must engage in the daily, sacred practice of tuning your own strings. This chapter is about the essential art of calibration, the conscious, moment-by-moment process of adjusting your thoughts, feelings, and focus to resonate in perfect, unwavering harmony with the reality you wish to create. Calibrating your vibration is the vital bridge between choosing your desire and broadcasting it effectively to the universe. It is the active, moment-by-moment work of aligning your personal energy with the energy of your fulfilled desire. The primary challenge we all face is that the chaos of daily life is constantly trying to knock our instrument out of tune. A stressful email from your boss, a negative news report on the radio, a difficult conversation with a family member, or simply an old, habitual, low-frequency thought pattern can cause your finely tuned vibration to drop, like a violin string going flat in a humid room. The master of manifestation, therefore, is not someone who never goes out of tune. That is an unrealistic expectation for a human being living in the modern world. The true master is someone who has become incredibly skilled at noticing, with immediate awareness, the moment they are out of tune, and who knows exactly how to recalibrate quickly, efficiently, and compassionately. It is about moving from a state of prolonged energetic discord to one of swift and graceful realignment. The most powerful and influential time for this calibration is the very beginning of your day. The first 60 minutes after you wake are your golden hour, setting the energetic tone and keynote for the hours that follow. If you begin your day by immediately grabbing your phone, scrolling through social media, reading stressful news headlines, or diving into a flood of urgent emails, you are effectively handing the tuning pegs of your instrument over to the world. You are allowing external chaos to set your frequency for you, and it will almost always tune you to a station of anxiety, comparison, and reactivity. To consciously calibrate your vibration to yes, you must reclaim this first hour as your own sacred, non-negotiable time. Create a simple but beautiful morning ritual that is designed to intentionally and lovingly tune you to the frequency of your desire. This ideal morning calibration sequence could begin with hydrating your body with a glass of water, then a few minutes of gentle stretching to awaken your physical self. Follow this with 5 to 10 minutes of quiet meditation to still the mind, and then a few moments dedicated to a gratitude practice, writing down or speaking aloud 3 specific things you appreciate. Finally, and most importantly, spend 5 to 10 minutes vividly visualizing and, more crucially, feeling the reality you chose in the last chapter. By starting your day fully immersed in the feeling of your yes channel, you are setting your energetic keynote. You are telling the universe with profound clarity, "This is the song I will be playing today, and I invite circumstances that harmonize with it." Throughout the day, you must then practice what can be called frequency hygiene. Just as you are mindful of the food you put into your body, you must become mindful of the energetic food you are feeding your mind and spirit. The conversations you participate in, the music you listen to, the social media accounts you follow, and the television shows and movies you watch are all potent, energetic inputs that directly affect your vibration. If you are trying to calibrate to a frequency of peace and abundance, but you spend your lunch break engaging in gossip and complaining with coworkers about the state of the world, you are actively detuning your own instrument. This is not about spiritual bypassing or isolating yourself in a bubble of toxic positivity. It is about making conscious, empowering choices about what you allow to occupy your precious mental and emotional real estate. Every choice you make is an act of calibration. One of the most powerful tools for on-the-spot recalibration during a stressful day is a pattern interrupt. When you find yourself caught in a negative thought loop, a downward spiral of worry or frustration, you must break the pattern. A simple interrupt is to physically snap your fingers and say the word switch, either out loud or in your mind. This small, sharp action breaks the hypnotic rhythm of the negative loop. In the space you've created, immediately pivot your focus to something that feels better. You can use an energetic anchor, a pre-chosen stimulus that you have consciously linked to your desired feeling state. For example, during your morning visualization, when you are deeply immersed in the feeling of your yes frequency, you can create a simple physical anchor, such as gently touching your thumb and forefinger together, or touching a specific piece of jewelry. If you do this consistently, you will create a neurological link between that touch and that high-frequency state. Then, when you are at work and feel your energy dropping, you can discreetly use your anchor. It is your personal portable tuning fork, a way to instantly call your desired frequency back into your being. Calibrating your vibration is a beautiful art of gentle, loving self-correction. It is about being the vigilant but deeply compassionate guardian of your own energy. It is about understanding that your inner state is the cause and your outer world is the effect. By dedicating yourself to the daily practice of tuning your own instrument with love and care, you ensure that the music of your life will be one of exquisite harmony, breathtaking beauty, and profound, resonant abundance. You are now learning to tune your personal instrument to the beautiful and powerful key of yes. You are becoming a master of energetic calibration and self-regulation. But a perfectly tuned and priceless instrument is useless if it is not played for the world to hear. How do you take this finely tuned inner state and begin to broadcast it outward as a strong, clear, and magnetic signal that the universe simply cannot ignore? In our next chapter, we will explore the art of powerful, conscious transmission. Remember to subscribe to Success Attraction Formula. Give this video a like and comment with your personal opinions or suggestions for channel development. Chapter 6. Broadcasting a Strong and Clear Signal. Imagine you are the director of a grand, epic film that is your life. Your sacred power of focus is the camera. Whatever you choose to point your camera at, whatever you hold in your frame, with unwavering clarity, deep feeling, and sustained attention, is what will be magnificently projected onto the giant panoramic screen of your reality. For most of our lives, many of us have been amateur, unconscious directors, allowing our cameras to swing wildly and erratically, focusing on chaotic scenes of fear, painful replays of past regrets, and anxiety-fueled previews of potential future disasters. The result is a choppy, incoherent, and often unpleasant film. To manifest the beautiful life you desire, you must graduate from this amateur status. You must step into your power as a master filmmaker. You must learn to hold your camera steady, to focus it with laser-like intention on the beautiful, inspiring scenes of your desired reality. and to broadcast that focused vision outward as a strong, clear, and coherent signal to the universe. This chapter is about moving from the internal, private act of calibration to the powerful, world-shaping act of broadcasting your new frequency with unshakable conviction. Broadcasting a strong signal is all about energetic consistency and momentum. The universe responds not to a fleeting thought or a momentary half-hearted wish, but to your dominant, sustained vibration. Having calibrated yourself to your yes frequency in your morning ritual, your primary task now is to maintain and sustain that frequency as consistently as possible throughout your entire day. This is the crucial difference between a weak, ineffective signal and a strong, magnetic one. A weak signal is one that is on for 5 minutes in the morning and then immediately switched off for the rest of the day as you revert to old, habitual patterns of worry, doubt, and complaint. A strong signal is one that you hold as your primary state of being. It becomes the ever-present, harmonious background music to your entire day. You learn to carry the feeling of your desire already fulfilled with you into your meetings, your errands, your workouts, and your conversations. A vital way to strengthen and amplify your broadcast is through the practice of inspired action. As you hold your new higher frequency, you will begin to receive intuitive nudges, creative ideas, and serendipitous invitations. Broadcasting a strong signal means acting on these inspirations with trust and without hesitation. Action is energy in physical motion. When you take a physical step that is in alignment with your desired frequency, you are powerfully amplifying your broadcast. You are demonstrating to the universe, through the language of your actions, that you are serious and ready for your new reality. You are not just thinking about it, you are embodying it and moving with it. If your desired frequency is that of a successful entrepreneur, an inspired action might be to finally register your business name, to sketch out a logo, or to have a coffee with someone who is already successful in your field. These actions, when taken from a place of excitement and alignment, the yes frequency, are like turning up the power on your broadcast tower. They send a potent ripple of creative energy out into the world. It is critical to distinguish inspired action from its counterfeit cousin, forced action. Forced action comes from the low frequency of fear, lack, and doubt. It feels heavy, stressful, and frantic. It is rooted in the belief that if I don't struggle, hustle, and make it happen, it won't happen. Inspired action, on the other hand, is born from the high frequency of trust and alignment. It feels light, exciting, joyful, and often effortless. It feels like the next logical, easy step. The universe will never guide you through struggle. It always guides you along the path of least resistance. Learning to discern the difference is key. Before taking an action, check in with your body. Does the thought of this action feel expansive and exciting, or contracting and stressful? The feeling is your guide. By consistently choosing the path of inspired action, you stay in the flow of your yes frequency and make your broadcast incredibly powerful. To further strengthen your signal, you must commit to the practice of acting as if. This is not about being fake or pretending. It is a powerful psychological and energetic technique based on the principle that your subconscious mind cannot distinguish between a real experience and one that is vividly and consistently imagined. You begin to think, speak, make decisions, and carry yourself as the version of you who is already living your desired reality. Ask yourself throughout the day, how would the wealthy, successful, and peaceful version of me handle this situation? How would they respond to this email? What would they choose to eat for lunch? How would they walk into a room? By consciously adopting the mindset and mannerisms of your future self, you are calibrating your broadcast to that reality in the present moment. You are rehearsing your new identity until it becomes your default state, thus making you an energetic match for the life that corresponds with that identity. Protecting the clarity of your signal is also of paramount importance. The world is saturated with low-frequency broadcasts, fear on the news, drama on social media, gossip, and complaining in the workplace. If you are not mindful, it is remarkably easy to tune your own radio to these channels by default, creating massive interference in your desired broadcast. A master broadcaster is also a master gatekeeper. They consciously and deliberately choose what information and energy they allow into their awareness. This doesn't mean being uninformed or naive. It means being highly intentional. Choose to consume content that uplifts, inspires, and educates you. Choose to spend the majority of your time with people whose natural frequency is one of positivity, possibility, and support. When you must be in an environment that feels heavy or negative, visualize yourself surrounded by a protective bubble of shimmering golden light. This bubble allows love and positivity to flow in and out freely, but repels the lower, denser frequencies of fear and negativity, keeping your personal broadcast clean and clear. Broadcasting a strong and clear signal is the joyful work of living your truth with integrity and consistency. Your signal is now broadcasting with newfound strength and clarity, sending a powerful, coherent, and consistent message to the universe. As the immutable and impartial law of attraction responds to this new broadcast, your reality will inevitably begin to shift and rearrange itself to match your new song. How do you then gracefully receive the first tangible signs of your manifestation, and most importantly, lock in this new, higher frequency so that it doesn't just become a fleeting, pleasant experience, but your new and permanent normal? In our next chapter, we will explore this crucial final stage of manifestation. Remember to subscribe to Success Attraction Formula, give this video a like, and comment with your personal opinions or suggestions for channel development. Chapter 7. Locking in your new abundance frequency. Imagine you have been carefully and patiently scanning through the channels on an old, powerful analog radio. For a long, long time, all you have heard is the frustrating and disheartening sound of static, but you have been diligently turning the dial, calibrating your touch, and holding the faith. Suddenly you hear it. A clear, beautiful, and resonant melody begins to emerge from the noise. It is the enchanting song you have been searching for your entire life. What is your very next most crucial move? You stop turning the dial. You hold it perfectly steady, perhaps fine-tuning it just a fraction of a millimeter to make the signal even crisper, and then you lock it in place. You have found your station. The process of manifestation is exactly the same. After you have been consciously calibrating your energy and consistently broadcasting your new signal, the universe will begin to send you tangible evidence that your new frequency is being received. These are the first, precious notes of your new reality's song. Your crucial task in this pivotal phase is to recognize these signs, celebrate them with ecstatic gratitude, and use them to lock in your new frequency, preventing you from accidentally and habitually drifting back into the familiar, comfortable static of your old reality. The first physical manifestations of your new frequency are often small, subtle, and playful. They are the universe's way of winking at you, of sending you a confirmation receipt that your new broadcast is being heard loud and clear. It might be finding a $10 bill on the street right after you started broadcasting a frequency of unexpected financial blessings. It could be receiving an unprompted, glowing compliment from your boss the day after you started tuning your energy to the frequency of professional appreciation and success. It might be a friend randomly giving you a book on the exact niche topic you need to learn for your new business venture, a book you didn't even know existed. The great challenge here is that the untrained mind, still deeply accustomed to the static of lack and limitation, will often dismiss these magical events as insignificant coincidences. It will say, "Oh, that's just a small thing. It's a fluke. It doesn't really count." This is a critical and common mistake. These small manifestations are not the final destination. They are the luminous trail of breadcrumbs leading you directly there. Each one is a vital and sacred piece of evidence confirming that your new frequency is powerful and it is working. The master key to locking in your new frequency is the powerful and deliberate act of acknowledgement and ecstatic celebration. When one of these small but significant synchronicities occurs, you must pause and honor it as the miracle it is. You must stop whatever you are doing, take a breath, and consciously acknowledge the event as a direct, personal response to your energetic work. You can say either aloud or internally with deep feeling, "Thank you, I see this. This is the proof. This is my new frequency made manifest. I am so incredibly grateful for this evidence, and I am wide open to more. Then, you must genuinely feel the emotion of that gratitude, that excitement, that sense of wonder. By celebrating these small wins with real, heartfelt emotion, you are doing two profoundly important things. First, you are powerfully amplifying the very frequency that attracted the positive event in the first place, making your signal even more magnetic. Second, you are sending a clear message back to the universe that says, "Yes, order received. I love this. More of this, please." This creates a powerful, self-reinforcing positive feedback loop. You broadcast a signal, you receive evidence, you celebrate it with gratitude, which in turn makes your broadcast even stronger and clearer, which then attracts bigger, faster, and more significant manifestations. To make this a concrete practice, you can start an evidence journal or a proof of alignment log. This is different from a general gratitude journal. This journal is specifically for documenting all the evidence, no matter how small, that the universe is responding to your new frequency. This practice trains your brain to actively look for proof that your manifestation is working. This leverages a psychological principle known as cognitive priming, or the Tetris effect. When you focus on something intently, your brain's reticular activating system is primed to notice more of it in your environment. By consciously hunting for evidence of abundance, you will start seeing it everywhere, which will build your belief and strengthen your frequency. A common pattern of self-sabotage that occurs in this phase is the upper limit problem, a concept explored by author Gay Hendricks. This is a subconscious fear of having too much success, happiness, or love. Many of us have an internal thermostat for how much good we are allowed to experience, often set in childhood. When our life starts getting too good and exceeds that familiar setting, we unconsciously do something to create drama or problems to bring the temperature back down to the familiar level of our old reality. You might receive a large, unexpected check and then immediately get into a needless fight with your partner. This is the static of your old worthiness beliefs trying to pull you back to your old frequency. The way to overcome this is through conscious acknowledgement and expansion. When something wonderful happens and you feel that familiar urge to sabotage it, or the thought, "This is too good to be true," pause. Recognize the upper limit problem at work. Place a hand on your heart and affirm, "I am expanding my capacity to receive good. It is safe for me to be this happy. It is safe for me to be this successful. I am worthy of this and more." By doing this, you are consciously raising your energetic thermostat and giving yourself permission to lock in this new, higher level of abundance as your new normal. Locking in your new frequency is about making abundance your new home, not just a place you visit during your morning meditations. It is about celebrating every piece of positive evidence with wild enthusiasm, consciously overcoming the fear of too much good, and consistently choosing to stay tuned to your yes channel until it becomes your default, automatic, and unshakable state of being. You are now successfully locking in your new frequency, making abundance and joy your familiar and comfortable energetic home. The yes channel is no longer a distant station you have to search for. It is becoming your default setting, your go-to station. What does it look like and feel like to live your entire life from this beautiful, powerful, and harmonious state? How do you move from consciously practicing these powerful techniques to unconsciously and effortlessly being the living embodiment of the frequency of yes in every moment of your life? In our final main chapter, we will explore this ultimate state of grace and flow. Remember to subscribe to Success Attraction Formula, give this video a like, and comment with your personal opinions or suggestions for channel development. Chapter 8. Living Life on the Yes Channel. There is a profound and beautiful difference between the state of doing and the state of being. The transformative journey you have taken through the pages of this book has largely been one of doing. You have done the courageous work of discovering your default frequency, identifying the pervasive static of old beliefs, clearing that static from your signal, choosing the new frequency of your desire, calibrating your energy, broadcasting your signal with power, and locking in your new vibration. These are the powerful and necessary techniques, the conscious actions that allow you to deliberately change your channel from one of lack to one of abundance. But the ultimate and most glorious goal of this entire process is not to be forever effortfully turning the dial. It is to arrive at a state of grace where the frequency of yes is no longer a channel you have to consciously tune into, but the very essence of who you are. This final chapter is about this ultimate state of being. It is about what it looks like and feels like to live your entire life on the yes channel, to move from consciously practicing these principles to unconsciously and effortlessly embodying them in every breath you take. Living life on the yes channel means that your default energetic set point has been permanently recalibrated to a state of trust, openness, flow, and positive expectation. You wake up in the morning not with a feeling of dread or a mental to-do list of anxieties, but with a gentle, curious excitement about what miracles and synchronicities the day might hold. You have so thoroughly and consistently cleared the static of your old limiting beliefs that the once loud voice of the inner critic has faded to a barely audible whisper, easily and compassionately ignored. Your primary internal dialogue is now one of profound encouragement, radical self-love, and a constant, quiet appreciation for the beauty of life. You have so consistently practiced calibrating your energy to the frequency of joy and gratitude that this has become your natural, habitual, and effortless state. Being happy, peaceful, and prosperous is no longer something you have to work at. It is simply, beautifully, who you are. When you are living permanently on the yes channel, your relationship with the universe transforms from one of hierarchical asking and waiting to one of joyful, moment-to-moment co-creation with a trusted friend. You learn to trust your intuition implicitly and completely. The intuitive nudges, creative ideas, and inspired insights that you once had to get very quiet to hear are now clear, consistent, and constant, like a direct and open line of communication with your higher self and the divine. You act on these inspirations with a sense of playful confidence and non-attachment, knowing that they are always guiding you along your highest and most joyful path. You come to see challenges not as soul-crushing obstacles or punishments, but as exciting plot twists and valuable assignments designed specifically for your soul's growth and expansion. You approach problems with a calm, unshakable certainty that a creative, elegant, and perfect solution is always available and already on its way to you. The fundamental question in your mind is no longer, "Oh no, will I be able to handle this?" but rather, "I wonder what beautiful and ingenious solution the universe will reveal to me here." This is the state known as energetic sovereignty. It is the state of being the calm, centered, and benevolent ruler of your own inner kingdom. Your peace, your joy, and your sense of abundance come from within, from your deep connection to your own soul and to the universe. You are no longer swayed or destabilized by the energetic weather of the outside world, the bad news on TV, the negativity of a coworker, or the fluctuations of the economy. You can observe these things without letting them penetrate your own powerful energy field. Your inner peace becomes non-negotiable and unconditional. This is the ultimate freedom. It is freedom from the tyranny of your own fearful mind. It is freedom from the exhausting need for external validation or approval. It is the profound freedom that comes from knowing, on a deep cellular level, that you are a powerful and beloved creator, that the universe is fundamentally friendly and supportive, and that you are unconditionally and eternally worthy of all the good that life has to offer. Let's imagine a full day lived on this yes channel. You wake up and your very first conscious thought is one of simple, heartfelt gratitude for the comfortable bed you slept in and for the incredible gift of a new day. You spend a few minutes in quiet contemplation, not to desperately try to manifest something, but to simply enjoy the feeling of your own peaceful presence and your connection to the energy of all that is. As you go about your morning, you notice and savor the simple beauty around you, the way the sunlight streams through the kitchen window, the rich taste of your coffee, the sound of birdsong. You engage in your work, which is aligned with your passions and purpose, and you approach your tasks with a sense of creative flow rather than stressful effort. An unexpected bill arrives in the mail. The old you would have felt a jolt of panic. The new you, living on the Yes channel, looks at it with calm trust, says, "Thank you for the reminder. This will be handled with ease," and knows with certainty that the resources to pay it are already on their way. An opportunity to collaborate on a new project arises. It's a little scary and outside your comfort zone, but it feels expansive and joyful in your heart. Without overthinking or succumbing to self-doubt, you joyfully and immediately say yes to it. In the evening, you spend quality time with loved ones, fully present, listening with an open heart, and appreciating the deep connection. Before you go to sleep, you reflect on the day, not by judging your productivity, but by acknowledging the moments of joy, the easy flow, the delightful synchronicities, and the beautiful evidence of your loving co-creation with the universe. You fall asleep in a state of profound peace, trust, and gratitude, ready for another beautiful day. This is not a far-off fantasy. It is your birthright. This state of being is the ultimate destination of your journey. It is not a place you arrive at one day and then you are done forever. It is a new, more graceful and beautiful way of living, a continuous and joyful dance with the energy of creation. It is the magnificent, harmonious, and deeply fulfilling music that plays when you have chosen, once and for all, to live your life permanently and effortlessly, tuned to the one and only frequency of yes. You have now journeyed through the entire powerful process of energetic transformation. From discovering your default frequency and identifying the disruptive static of old, limiting beliefs, you learned how to courageously clear that static and consciously choose the new, beautiful frequency of your desire. You have practiced the sacred art of calibrating your inner world to match that frequency, and of broadcasting it outward as a strong, clear, and consistent signal. Finally, you have learned to lock in your new reality and to live your life from a state of effortless flow, permanently and joyfully tuned to the Yes channel. You hold within you the complete and practical blueprint to move from being a passive recipient of life's circumstances to being the conscious, powerful, and joyful creator of your own magnificent reality. Thank you for taking this profound journey of self-discovery and empowerment with us. We are honored to have been your guide, and we hope you feel inspired to create a life filled with limitless abundance and joy. Please show your support by liking this video, commenting with your insights, and subscribing to Success Attraction Formula.